We have a warning from the Department of Public Health. The state is seeing a spike in suspected drug overdoses all in New London County.
Yeah, so let's get out to Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc. She's now live in New London to talk more about just how much this has spiked, just what kind of numbers we're looking at. Julia.
Good morning to you. Yeah, this spike actually happened over the weekend, again happening all throughout New London County. More than 24 suspected overdoses and more than a handful of overdose deaths. Now, one of the people monitoring this situation is joining us now live here, Jen Muggeo. She's the Deputy Director for the Legislate Health District. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Tell us first a little bit about, again, baseline knowledge. What's going on here?
Sure. So as you mentioned, over the weekend, we had an increase in the number of overdoses, more than we've seen in previous weekends. This has happened occasionally over the last year. We have weeks where we get 1 or 2 reports of overdoses, and unfortunately weeks like this where there's quite a number. What it tells us is that there's a particular contamination in the drug supply, and we just want people to take simple steps to be a little bit safer about their use.
And what can people do? I know we have a number of resources here at the health department to help folks in situations like this.
Absolutely. So absolutely, first and foremost, we have Naloxone kits. And if you are using drugs, having somebody nearby who can recognize the signs and symptoms of overdose and administer Naloxone is very important. So call us for a kit. We also have fentanyl test strips, particularly important for people who may not be regularly using opioids, using stimulants or other drugs, or may not be sure about whether or not the opioid they're using contains fentanyl. They can test those drugs and make a more informed decision. And go slow. Use a little bit less than you might normally. See how you react to that particular dose so that you can be safer in your use.
So Jen, what happens from here? What does the health district do when a spike like this occurs? I know this is something you are monitoring 24/7, 7 days a week. You're constantly getting those emails you mentioned earlier, right?
Right. So we look at the data, we look at where are the overdoses occurring, we look at what information we're hearing not only from our first responders, but also from our community members who are also first responders themselves and have information and share those resources with each other to help their friends make informed decisions too. So we'll increase our messaging to the folks who come through the Syringe Service Program and Navigator Program, our outreach, and let people know, again, don't use alone. Have somebody nearby who can administer Naloxone, test your drugs, go slow. We want everybody to be safe and alive.
And really quickly here, is there a specific number, any specific resource that you want people to know about right now in this moment?
In our area, you can call or text the New London County CARES program at 860-333-3494. Learn more about getting a Naloxone kit, fentanyl test strips, or other information.
Okay, thank you so much. And we will make sure to put that number and that information, important information, on our website later as well at fox61.com. Thank you, Jen, so much for joining us. Of course, we will continue to update you as we learn more about this situation. We will send it back to you guys in the studio for now.